In my not-so-subtle quest to dismantle an entire profession, I've hit the ship of Theseus. If you aren't familiar, it's considered a paradox, and one of the more common thought experiments explored by people who get paid to solve it. If you eventually replace every part of a ship so that every last piece is new, is it still the same ship? The answer is yes. Even if you built a second ship with those original parts, you would still only have a copy of the actual ship. Doesn't sound very logical at face value, does it? If you use the original parts, why wouldn't you have the original ship? Well, that's just a language trap. The reason is that the identity of anything is contextual. The ship who had all of its parts replaced is still the original because that's the ship that people will remember as having sailed and gone through the journey of its existence. The ship's identity is a path. It's continuous, which includes the replacement of its parts. I do have to give this thought experiment some credit because it does a very good job of reframing identity and using the reality of identity against itself. Identity is contextual, so by introducing the idea that it's not with this supposed paradox, you actually break the idea of identity. It's kind of like a circular logic loop. Identity can end up reframed with different contexts like this because it actually is based on context. I made this beautiful circle chart to show what I mean. Context leads to identity, so more context builds upon identity, which means that false context can change the idea of identity itself. The identity of identity is changed by the paradox. It's very weird, but it's pretty clever. The point is that it's inaccurate to view identity as something that can be physically changed. Here's a fun fact about human biology. The average lifespan of every cell in your body is about 7 to 10 years, which means that by the time 10 years have passed, nearly every single cell in your body has died and been replaced. Now, you're still the same person, right? Sure, after 10 years, you've probably changed quite a lot, but you're still you. You didn't stop being yourself at any point. Your identity, your sense of self, and the way others know who you are, isn't tied to anything materialistic, like what parts make you up. Who you are is the result of everything that's happened in your life. All of the choices you've made, the people you've met, the things you've said, and the marks you've left upon reality. Nobody else can be you because nobody else has lived your life exactly as you have. It's the same ship regardless of what happens to it because regular people will treat it the same way, use the same name for it, and connect it to memories they may have of the older version of the ship. But we see it as a continuation of its existence, so that's what it is. Sometimes it really is just that simple.